The Sacred World Journey has, yes, aspects of vacation, and yet it's more a journey into your soul. You can go away and you had a holiday, or you can go away and you've changed your life. I was on a trip to Egypt, on a spiritual trip, and I realized that very few people got personal attention, and I thought, wow, maybe this can be done differently. People come from all over the world, people who are looking for something they haven't found. They just know that something isn't quite right. And they're starting to think maybe there is more to life than just doing a job.
When I look at my life in Germany, I'm very busy running around and have no time for myself. And here I got the calmness, I had time for meditation, guided thinking.
Just think about what you have just seen and have one last thought about all the things that you would like to let go, that you would like to cleanse your life of and come out ready to face the world and ready to embrace your destiny. Once people arrive at Casablanca or Cairo or wherever we're going, everything's taken care of.
You always feel secure. You must be not afraid. It is really nice and calm, no noise at all, but it's still safe.
We stay in beautiful places, we visit amazing sites. I want to make sure that people have a certain level of comfort, because what they do during these journeys really takes them out of their comfort zone. I went paragliding with a hawk, you know. I used to be afraid of heights. But I thought, yeah, sure, I can do that. Let me try. And I did, and it was fantastic. Now I can help people lift themselves. You could expect nurturing, good food, wonderful sights, meeting very, very interesting people. You could also expect a lack of judgment of who you are. Through the sessions that everybody gets, it just changes their outlook, it changes the place they're in.
It was amazing what I found out about myself.
Most people who come to me actually want a change of some sort. People who are in a relationship that seems to be not quite working. And they come and they see that it's not the other's problem, it's their own issues. And through fun, through games, through enjoyment, we create amazing transformation. If you are in a place of insecurity, or a place of doubt, or a place of pain, and you come on a Sacred World journey, I can promise you, you are going to reach such heights of excellence that you have never even dreamt are possible. The world's truly your oyster, you know, and you can make it of whatever you like. Stop waiting, stop procrastinating, do it now. Well, good evening.
Good evening.
Thanks for coming here tonight. It's really lovely to see you. Thank you. And thank you, Karen. Karen is here for the first time. And Rahel and Tony. And you are the old faithfuls. Thank you so much for supporting us every time. And thank you, Crystal, for offering us your beautiful center to do this tonight.
My pleasure.
So beautiful to be able to do this here.
Over on the internet, there's 2 people.
Oh, good. Hello, everybody.
Welcome.
welcome here tonight, this morning, I suppose, for you. I was saying thank you, Crystal, for this beautiful center, and I'd like to talk a little bit about Crystal and who she is. Crystal is an amazing person. She is she used to be in the diplomatic service in Germany, and before that in the corporate world. And then she came to Hong Kong and discovered Neigong. And since then she has been pursuing the passion of her life, that is teaching Neigong. She is an internationally renowned master teacher of Neigong. She helps people also with her healing sessions, transforms their life. People who have had back pain, walk out of here, you know, they nearly dance out of here, or any other ailment, and any other pain, be it physical or emotional, just come and see Crystal. And so I was one of her students, and we became friends. And one day Crystal was going to go to Morocco, and I said, I'll come with you. And that's how our Moroccan journey started.
The second passion. Yes, yes. I'm not the second passion.
Thank you.
Well, now I'd like to say something about this wonderful person sitting next to me. As she said, she was my student, but look at her today. Well, in a way, she still is my student, but only when the Neigong is concerned. But in every other aspect, she is outgrowing me. She is outgrowing me. She is a powerful teacher, healer in her own right, totally different from what I do. And I'm just amazed, and I'm proud to see that, and I'm thrilled. So, we are doing these journeys together. That's one of our passions. Actually, that is one of Jacqueline's specialities, doing these sacred world journeys trips. And on some of them I join her and do the Neigong, teaching the Neigong during those trips. So, sorry? Yes. And what I would like you to do now, I would like to introduce you straight away to a Neigong exercise. So you're not just sitting here, you've come here to work.
Yeah.
Right. But a very simple one. It's a breathing exercise. The Neigong is quite different from the yoga, but we do have some breathing exercises, and it's a very unique and special Neigong breathing style. We call it breathing like a baby. And you can do it sitting, and you breathe into an energy center the Chinese call the lower Dantian. It's an inch below your navel. It's not identical with the chakra system, but it's very similar and the location is very close, but not identical. That is besides not so important, but what I want you to do is to place your hands one on top of each other. It doesn't matter left on top or right on top, and try to make sure that the chakra of your hand is placed on that lower dantian, an inch below the navel. So this is where you hold your hands on top of each other. So hands on top, palms on top of each other like this. So try to relax your shoulders, and I want you to gently breathe into that lower dantian, meaning when you breathe in, that your belly expands, and when you breathe out, your belly shrinks. Now don't get stressed that when you feel, you're doing the opposite. Just breathe and feel how your belly is moving. Alright? You can close your eyes, you can keep them open. Just go ahead. We will use gentle, not forceful. Close your eyes again.
And now, as you continue to breathe, imagine that you are standing in front of this mosque that you have been looking at. And start to hear the various noises. You're standing on a large platform, looking up at the minaret of this mosque. And a little child comes towards you, opens her big brown eyes, looks at you and smiles, inviting you to follow her on a voyage of discovery. And you agree. So off you go, walking through narrow streets, noisy. You hear the potters and the people working tin. In the background, the fishers are coming home with what they have caught this morning, and the smell of fish and of salt water of the sea is in the air. And magically, you are transported into a medieval city. Medieval city with 3, 4, 5-story houses, some of them only a meter wide, all of them sandy color, brownish, reddish, dark brown shutters, and these shutters are all very beautiful. So you take a while and you look to admire the beauty of the workmanship. Your little girl gets impatient, so she tugs on your sleeve and says, "Come on, I want to show you more." So you continue to walk through this Medina, and you hear the shout of, "Ma, go to the side, because the Medina transportation system comes through. Is it a horse? No, it's a mule. Or perhaps it's a donkey. And the donkey passes, and you continue past stands with fresh dates, artichokes, somebody hails you and says, come, have a cup of tea. You can smell the beautiful smell, the fragrance of the Moroccan mint. And because you are not from here, everybody gathers around you, welcoming, chattering with you. You enjoy your mint. And now it's time to go to the next one. And again you are transported, magic, into an ancient forest. Forest of old cedar trees. Take a deep breath in. Smell, feel how it feels here. How different from the noisy and busy Medina. How peaceful. How delightful. Take another deep breath. And because the day has been quite long, you go back to your float of the night. Your beautiful Riyadh, also made of chiseled stucco and ancient chassis. And also here, there is a fountain splashing in the middle of one of the courtyard. And around this fountain there are sofas strewn with cushions of all colors, brilliant colors. And you settle down and just enjoy the peace. And the little girl who has been traveling with you is going to leave you now. So if you like, you can give her a hug and thank her. And let her go. Give her a blessing so that she may find a home safe. And when you have let her go, come back into this room. Take a deep breath. And open your eyes. Welcome back. So we're going to actually physically have a cup of green tea now. Because Crystal has brought mint from Morocco. So Josie has made some fresh mint tea that we can enjoy while we have a chat. How are you feeling compared to when you arrived?
A bit more calm.
Um,
Coming through the traffic. Right time.
How was the breathing for you? Nice. How was it for you? Yeah? Yes. I'm going to let Crystal talk about the breathing. I've been asking how they're feeling after.
How did you enjoy the baby breathing?
Good.
Good?
Yes.
difficult. You're good, but
Yes, but it kept,
because you were tense, you were holding your shoulders miles up there. So I tried to remind you to just drop your shoulders and relax. Because of this arm position, you tend to,
yes.
Yeah. Why don't you get some cushions there to sit properly?
It's a bit warm.
Actually, in Morocco, it's sweeter.
It's meant to be sweet. You can't drink it without sugar. It's bitter.
Because it's green tea with green tea and fresh from China and fresh mint from
Morocco.
Bring fresh mint all the way from Morocco.
Yes.
Yes. I thought you grow it in your palace. Nope.
Not yet.
No. You want to bring it here next time?
No,
You
just
can grow it in paradise.
I'm not sure whether.
Right. Yeah.
But it needs to be kissed by the Moroccan sun. Are you having coffee as well, Jack? How do you like it? Great?
Yeah.
I wonder. Thank you.
Yes, so you said you feel calmer. How was your little mini trip to Morocco?
Interesting.
How so?
Couldn't agree. I thought I'd been there before. It was very familiar. First I thought it was London. It was too sunny for London.
You bet it is too sunny for London, yes.
Felt very familiar. I wouldn't go there. Not there.
Anybody else like to?
Okay.
I know when you go and of course we were not to go back
Revisit.
to marry from my youth.
Karen. I always fancy to go to this place. I guess I've been talking to Jackie for a couple of years. And
Oh,
I
it's
was
high time, you know.
Yes. I have a strong feeling that I will make this year. That's why I'm here. I've never been to any of the Morocco trips as well, and also a sharing session. And then,
But we do another laughing.
yes, that's important.
And the
Laughing.
laughing. We laughed, and the thing that I found so powerful was, as a woman travelling on her own, because Tony didn't come to Egypt, from the moment I flew in, I was met and I was taken care of. I was never on my own, even when we left. When we went to the airport, he took me through, checked me in and made sure I was where I needed to be. It was fantastic. So the safety and the security, but there's a lot of fun and all that. And we do some spirituality as well, which is really good. But no, it's brilliant, first class.
Yes, we did have a lot of fun.
We
And
did.
we do have a lot of fun.
Always.
So if you ever to Morocco, we'll
Yes, always
have a lot of fun.
Oh yes.
Because of course the idea of doing a trip like that, yes, we do spiritual work, but we also do it through the fun, actually, you know, through the laughter. When we were there, we were on a cruise, and remember when people came up to us, what drug are you on?
Can we join your group? Because you're having more fun than we are.
It was, yeah. Does not surprise me.
Fantastic.
Yes, we I know. Well, let's go back to what we were going to do. So, question. This is, so what you saw, the first slide was the Hassan II Mosque in Casablanca, where people land, where we gather everybody
That's
together.
where the journey starts.
Yeah. And then we go, actually we drive to Paris, but we take a day excursion to this place, which is called Boulogne. It was a very, very large Roman settlement.
And rich.
Very rich. At the turn of the millennium, no? Just before the turn of the millennium, before Christ and after birth. And the ruins are quite impressive. What is most impressive is the big,
Mosaics.
the mosaics.
Roman mosaics. Yeah.
The
They're
Roman
beautiful.
mosaics.
They're really beautiful. For a moment you can think you're even in Pompeii, looking at some. They're some very well preserved.
And we're planning to do Negong there,
Yes, energy is beautiful. Energy is beautiful.
and some other energy work. Because what is special about doing Negong in a place like this is that, like we did in Egypt, around the temple in Karnak, is that the energy supports the work. So you go and sit in this very, very fine energy displacement, and you do these beautiful Negong exercises, and it's like you're floating. And so, because it's so easy, you can go so much deeper, so much faster.
What the Negong actually does, there are two things with the Negong. You can do the Negong here in Hong Kong, and then the Negong is the Negong. You're connecting with the Negong energy. And then you're going to the sacred place and energy vortices, and you practice the Negong there. And my God, do you take off. Because that's one of the reasons why we are doing these journeys, because these energies are only there in that specific place. They are not around the corner. And you need very fine intuition to find some of these vortices where they are. You know that they are in this old place, but they are, normal people walk past them. They don't feel anything, they don't sense anything. You need special people like Jacqueline and me who can sense these, or where these vortices are. And then in Egypt it was sat down in that vortice and practice the Negong. And the Negong in that case is the instrument that helps you to connect to that energy even more powerfully. And then you should see what's happening. I mean, it's
Fireworks. It's really beautiful. And it's very funny how we find these places. It's like Sherlock Holmes, with what's his name, Dr. Watson.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
Yeah.
We continue. It's
Yeah. So I remember in Egypt, in Karnak, Jacqueline was, now everybody please help me, find the vortex, find that energy. And then she was ahead of us, and then I could sense something. And I said, hold on, don't go any further. I'm sure it is here at that point. And I was surprised. First time I found something, I was able to sense something like this. I was split to bits and pieces. I said, I'm stopping here. I can't go any further. So I'm made to stop. I couldn't continue to walk. So I said, it must be there, and indeed it was there. And you can feel the difference the moment you step 2 meters further apart, ahead or to the side, you feel the difference.
well, the benefit of doing these exercises and the meditations that we usually combine the Negong with is really you can go much deeper. You can touch your core much faster than, we get asked, why can't you do the same in Hong Kong? You can't, because the energy isn't there. You can do a lot, it's just not the same. And on these trips, it goes so much faster, as I've experienced. And with Morocco, you know, yeah, okay. Now this is what I was trying to describe in the visualization. This very, very fine work. It's a bit difficult to see, but it's like lace.
Lace made out of stone or marble. Beautiful. These are some of the, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
These are some of the finest examples of old Moroccan, not Arabic, but Moroccan architecture. It's this beautiful combination of the darker wood and the off-white marble. If you see in nature, and it creates such fine energy. It's beautiful in there. And then that famous Fez blue of river blue.
Yeah,
into that place.
and this happens to be a very special place.
Oh,
as well.
yes.
The oldest university in the world, in this country, founded by a woman.
Yes.
You love it?
Oldest university in a Muslim country, founded by a Muslim woman, of course.
Which date will you know?
Sorry?
Which date will you know?
It's 600,
Yeah, 600 or 700
700 something.
That's quite a while.
So, we have called this journey the magic of harmony. Why? Well, this is the cedar forest.
Why would you think we call it the magic of harmony? Anybody, make an educated guess. Yeah. But don't just focus on the tree in general. Not now specifically with the tree. Why would you think? Sorry?
Human beings in nature, that we, our life is something like in a harmony of the universe, that we learn about wisdom and everything.
Yeah. Getting warm, not quite what we want to hear, but getting there. Winnie? Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
You didn't hear what she said. Being in harmony with nature.
Human beings in nature.
But this is a bit of a trick question because it's got nothing to do with the picture. Or not much.
Give us a few more hints. More clues. Since when you said, it has nothing to do with the picture.
Not much.
But it has to do with Morocco. I gave you a
Center of the universe.
Center of the universe.
It's the truth. You'll understand what I mean later.
Probably it's not something so obvious.
You're right. You're getting
Not so obvious.
Not so obvious.
That's why you said, it has
even
nothing-
closer.
Always has nothing to do with the pictures,
No, nothing to do with the
No,
picture.
no.
Another step closer.
No. This is no zero.
But to do with Morocco. Again, I'm not being ironic.
We can't ask the people, Robert. We can't ask the people who are on streaming why they think that we call it the magic.
You could ask them to send a question
Yeah.
at the bottom,
So,
and if they click the tab,
would anybody like to click the tab, send their question, or send a
Comment.
a remark, a comment? That'd be great.
actually we have one question from this was we sent earlier, but they are
Okay. So, you're going to give the answer?
Yeah, well, so we are parking the question
Yes.
for the moment.
The parking question.
All right, so I'm going to give the answer.
Yes.
Well, of course, it is the energies in Morocco. The energies in that country, they're only, the energies of Morocco are the energies of harmony. Moroccan energy is all about, or mainly about, harmony. So, going there, connecting with, and you find the energy almost, you don't have to go to any specific place actually, because it's, you find it in the whole country. Look at Morocco nowadays. In this part of the world where you have constant turmoil, politically and socially, it's the only Muslim country that has remained relatively peaceful and stable because of the energies of harmony that exist in Morocco. Because the energies of harmony, they blend the old and the new in the society. Yes. In the societies, the old and the new, there is very little social conflict between the very poor. You have a lot of very, very poor people, and you have a thin strata, as always, of very rich people, including the king. Yeah, so it's a bit of a medieval structure in society, and yet no hatred. The poor don't really hate the rich, and there is not a conflict situation like this. And also in terms of religion, there was no rebellion. There was a few hiccups, but no rebellion, no revolution in Morocco.
No, and actually, the king in this country has a Jewish advisor.
Financial advisor?
I don't know, one of his advisors, very powerful man. And Christians are there, they have their churches, they're not being bothered. The Berbers, who are the original inhabitants, they all blend together. I mean, they sort of waltz together, dance the dance, which is actually very beautiful. And you can feel it when actually when you land, you can feel it, you know.
And you can also see it by just looking at the landscape, the Moroccan landscape. There is actually, to my knowledge, no other country on this planet that has everything. That has the desert, that has sand dunes at the sea, that has the soft Mediterranean climate, the rough Atlantic. It has, as I said, desert. It has lush greenery, and it has snow-covered mountains. You have warm waters and you have cold waters. So you have constantly contrast, all in one country. I don't think any other country has
I
it.
don't know already.
No, it's not so obvious. So it's another visual proof of the harmonious coexistence of almost opposing energies.
Not almost, very opposing
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah.
Hot and cold, you know.
Dry
and low.
Yes, dry
Dry
and
and
wet.
wet. They, by the way, make very beautiful wines there.
Oh, speaking of which, the food.
Yes, can we?
Moroccan's national dish, couscous. Friday is couscous time. It's delicious. I could stuff myself silly. Apart from sipping tea all day long, I can stuff myself silly with couscous, but that's Fridays only.
Well, talking about couscous and food, remember that fellow who came last time?
Which one?
The one who couldn't eat?
Oh,
So that,
yes.
that was quite amazing. We had this very nice young Dutchman who arrived and he basically couldn't eat. He was also skinny, hardly see him in the landscape, but he just couldn't eat. And after we had some sessions, some work with him, he tapped in and he was, you know, very good. Of course, the food also is very appetizing.
And it's light. It's not It's well seasoned, but it's not hot or spicy. Monique, do you recognize? Look at the beautiful embroidery. That's Moroccan. And it's double faced.
Cross stitch. It's amazing. You can turn it either way. It's also a dying art, actually. Now, this is the kind of place we stay at.
It's a real.
Hard to say
It's not too shabby.
Well, it's a
Not
full
too shabby.
canvas.
Well, of course, you know. No, because we believe that when you take people so much out of their comfort zone, which is basically what we do, already by displacing them into a country which is not theirs, which is not their normal environment, well, give them a really nice bed, give them a nice abode to come back to at night or when they have a few hours off. And this is one example. This is a palace of five buildings.
Yeah.
She's now finished the two last ones, right?
5 different old little palaces from a very, very rich merchant family. Not a royal family, but a merchant family. But old.
Oh, so it's like a little courtyard.
Yes.
There are 5 courtyards, actually. And the rooms are delightful. Every room is different because every room is different shape, different size, you know. Some are sort of duplex type, some are flat, some are triangular, but they're all very, yeah, so.
There's only one drawback with a place like this. Can you imagine?
Yes.
Once you are there, you like it so much, you don't want to leave it. You don't want to explore the city. You feel like an Oriental odorless. Lounging, you know, on these cushions near the pool, near the fountain, sipping tea à la menthe, enjoying it.
Something about which would you like some more?
That's my life in Morocco. I'm giving the secret away.
The men have the same feeling.
I think so.
So that is
No, they're not odorless, but you know, they know that they are there, so that
And we don't have a photo of our guide here, but his name is Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad.
Ali? We call him Ali.
original.
He actually is, he introduced to us the term of Radio Medina, because everybody knows about everything in Morocco before the person knows it himself.
yes.
And he's very tuned into Radio Medina.
Yeah.
So you always get,
Really gossip.
yeah.
Oh.
Oh, because you look with the text. You know, and although you never see a soul around, and there are not really windows. I just know that from my husband how it works. But I'm just saying, people are behind the windows. They always look, they always talk. They've got nothing to do all day long.
But, yeah, so we experience a lot of richness when we are there. It's very inspiring. It's very.
It's a country that I find, don't you find, goes to, it's very appealing to the senses. Very, the colors, the smells, the noises. I mean, no wonder that the French artists made it their home. I mean, not only the French ones, but the French couturier designers. They were inspired. Yves Saint Laurent, all his colors were an inspiration from Morocco.
So these are the 3 protagonists of this
No,
trip.
thank you. The guest.
Crystal,
And so,
myself, and Munia, who helps us with the transport and helps me do the booking of the hotel. And here we are sitting at a women's cooperative. They make argan oil, and they make it by hand. It's still ground by hand. And the work that goes into it is amazing. And of course, what are we drinking? The Alamon, which you do everywhere. And the rose that I'm holding had such fragrance.
It lasted for a whole week after in my house.
So,
No, not that one.
no.
But you know, it was quite hot. It doesn't look it, but it was quite hot. You know, not 40 degrees. But I had it for half a day. I was carrying it, you know, in my hand for half a day before I was able to put it into water. And it still lasted. Yeah.
Both of them.
The red one lasted longer.
Really?
Yes.
But the yellow one had no fragrance.
Yes, yes. But that one
But it was like roses, you know. Years ago when we went into a garden, it smelled them. That's how they smell. They're absolutely blood. Yes, so with that backdrop, we invite how many people? 7 more
Yes.
to join us on a transformational life journey to start living life to the full and having some fun. Discovering the richness within, beauty.
And yourself, your uniqueness in the richness.
And now, if somebody would like to have more information, we are offering some free consults.
No, I'm sorry.
No?
Before you go on, I would like to add something.
Okay.
Which I find is very important. The changes and the changes that you will undergo during the journey, and also perhaps as a late effect, as a ripple effect after the journey, the changes are long lasting because they are grounded in you. They are really grounded. So they don't last as long as the memory of the journey are vivid and fresh. They do last. They can last a whole lifetime.
We've had people who have come wondering what they should do in their professional life. And they found their passion, they've changed their jobs, and they're now successfully doing something totally different. But they found the courage to actually also make the step. Because sometimes it's not that straightforward, but yeah.
Another thing I would like to add to the where the quality of the energy is concerned, as compared to Egypt, for example, because I've been to Egypt. Egypt is a very powerful. Well, these are also very powerful, but the transformations, the changes that you make, the energies are gentle in Morocco. They are very gentle. So they complement each other, wonderfully. So Egypt is, and look at the statues of the pharaoh, where they stand there really, look at, they stand for eternity. Have you seen their legs? Have you seen how they hold their scepters and their symbols of power? It's in their hands for eternity, really, with the energy they are holding. And the feet, really, like elephants, they're stomped into the ground, really strong. Here I am, here I stand for eternity, so to speak. And in Morocco, the changes are done in a very gentle way, but nonetheless
very subtle.
Yes. So that makes it easier. You get the softer landing. More inviting. I think that is also important to know, to realize.
Ideally, I'd like to go
Yes.
Egypt and Morocco.
Yes.
But Egypt at the moment. So that's why, yes, thanks for that. That's why last time we did a journey like this, I was scouting for places where we could connect to the energies of Egypt. And there are certain spots where we can actually just, and it's very funny. We talked about the energy is right here and it's not there. And the same where you stand in a certain spot, oh, you're transported right to Egypt. You know it well enough. You can just connect that way. So that was an interesting thing.
Yes.
And of course we will share that with the participants.
Shall we come back to the question before?
Oh yes.
Okay. Let me follow up. I think it's a lady called Ariel Williams.
Uh-huh.
Right? What she's asked is difficulties, obstacles, and failures in life, how to tackle them.
That's a good one.
You know what? I had
Go to
fun.
Morocco. Go to Morocco.
Go to Morocco, yeah. Have some fun.
And then, anything to add? No? Is it just one more
Sorry, what
question?
is it?
Yeah, this is the second question from Claudia. I can't pronounce A-Z-U-L-A. Is that surname? Sorry. She's asked, what should I do before attending if I was to
Just
Make sure your passport is valid. Get your ticket. And nothing to prepare.
Just come.
Just come.
No visa.
There's nothing.
Visas to get into
Most countries don't need visas. I think she is from America. She wouldn't need a visa. Hong Kong people don't need a visa. We don't need a visa. Europeans don't need a
I
visa.
mean, you get the visa automatically, you know.
Yeah, you get a little stamp and a number at the back of your passport. And if they put a stamp on top of it, you're in trouble, because that's what happened to me when I came to see you just a month ago. They couldn't find the full number, and that is really the key for everything. You have to show it at a hotel, whatever. And they looked and looked. So it's important to have a passport with a few pages that are empty. That's really. And otherwise, no, it's a safe country. It's you don't need any special vaccination. You don't need any preparation to attend this. What shall we call it? Retreat program. Just a willingness to go on an adventure and to have fun. You know? Yeah. Any other questions?
No, there were just those two.
Okay, well, thanks for all the questions. Any other questions?
What's the date?
The date is, yes, from the 10th to the 19th of October. 10th to 19th of October. So the 10th you arrive in Casablanca, and the 19th you leave from Marrakesh, which has a delightful airport. But it's very easy. It's really very easy. And direct via somewhere.
Yeah, but it's too long there. It's impossible.
You know, it's
Either via the Middle East or via
Qatar. Emirates. Or if you take KLM via Amsterdam or Air France, via Paris, British Airways via London. London has daily flights, several daily flights. From America, you would have to go also to Europe, and then, I don't know, does Royal Air Maroc fly to America? Maybe it does.
Canada. I'm not sure about the US, but Canada, because quite a few Moroccans live in Canada.
But anyway, it's basically London, Madrid,
Yeah.
Portugal,
Portugal,
Paris,
yeah. Those are the main.
but from Hong Kong, actually it's 8 hours to Dubai or Doha, It's another 8 or 9 hours to Casablanca. That's the longer bit than the one.
But usually it's more convenient because you have to change that. You only change once. Whereas going via Europe, you probably have to change at least twice. And it might take longer, depending on your layovers.
Yeah.
What was interesting, sorry, earlier on you were mentioning about like Silicon Valley, all the people, the executives, and you were saying like Lane Crawford, they moving towards into how to say mindfulness, right? Like some things like even in big like Warren Buffett, he actually apparently a few years ago he actually announced publicly he's been meditating for like 15 years and he never told anyone. They all would think he's a weirdo or something. So he said, no, I've been doing it, but I never told anyone about it. So I think it's just something that's always been there.
Well,
And then some of these executives, I presume you've had executives that have gone on your journeys?
A lot of them have been interested in meditation or were just discovering meditation. But, that generation of baby boomers, flower power, meditation, it's just been part of life for a long, long time. You speak about it, maybe not when you are, a high-powered executive. But there are so many do it.
There are quite a few. If you read about rich and successful executives and internationally, there's quite a list of those who say, yes, I meditate regularly. Without that, I could not survive my daily work. It keeps me sane and going. They say that. And,
People now get more and more open
Yes.
about
Yes.
sharing and
Yes.
really they do it all the time.
Yes.
But then in the past they would not think it's,
It,
a good time to
they might
share the information.
Yes, which is also true because it's something personal.
Exactly. But now they see the beauty of it, the benefit of doing that, and then they're more than happy to, inspire
Yeah.
people to do it in their own way, and by coming out and sharing something.
And I think what we also do actually on our trips is we don't make it, something very special or whatever. It's just a natural part of the day. And it's not, you have to wear this color or that color, high heels, no heels, plumes on your head or whatever. No, you are yourself and you sit down and find stillness. And oftentimes it's just a matter of breathing like we did to begin with. You can call it whatever you like. We call it breathing, we call it meditation. But it's really a very simple thing, but there's nothing weird about it.
And the outcome that, from the journeys, what people have experienced?
Well,
They have been able to get the strength to do the changes in their lives, be it at work, be it at home, in personal relationships, dropping habits, changing habits. They've either gained the insight what to change and the certainty that this is what it is that needs to be addressed. Because sometimes you know, but you are not quite sure, you don't want to know. And it also takes courage to face up to what you need to change. People underestimate that. It does take a lot of courage.
and they get that courage.
Yeah.
It actually becomes easy. It's no longer a question of do I do it? It's this is what I have to do. It's no longer a challenge. It's this is what I want to do. We've had couples who came together and got married. We've had couples who separated to go each their own way until they were ready and came back together again and got married. But a relationship that isn't right will probably not survive on us. Because people will want to be in integrity. They won't want to play games anymore. They'll want to be truly true to themselves. Which, is
the idea of a fulfilled life, isn't it?
You also had people who changed their career, and really dramatically, from a high-powered executive to, in one case, to someone who is going now into, coaching with energy work. So.
Are you talking about yourself?
No. that change was a long time ago. Actually, I was there. Yes, absolutely. But my change was gradual. That was the calling that I followed. Yes. It was from Germany via Hong Kong, and in Hong Kong, I changed. I was not looking for a change. I just wanted an exotic adventure in Hong Kong, which I got. And then I met this German doctor because I was suffering from colds, nothing major, but annoying. And then this German doctor introduced me to the Negong and said, "Have you ever seen that?" He just got up out of his chair, jumped up and said, "Look at this." And he showed me a Negong exercise. And I thought, oh my God, I've never seen such a beautiful thing in my whole life, and I want to be able to move like this. It was the beauty of it, nothing else. I couldn't care less about health. I was in pretty good shape and condition, thank God, all my life. But it was the beauty of it.
But actually, sorry to interrupt you, we've had that from our trips.
Yeah.
You've had how many teachers from people who came on these journeys?
Yeah,
Three. Yeah. They changed their life. They became Negong teachers.
That's true.
So because that's what is them.
So it's all kind of like being like yourself.
Absolutely.
Instead of
it's
like
really an
this.
opportunity to be yourself and to drop all the expectations of others.
And I'm just like you were saying about the trees and the energy. Is it because of that, or?
Well, it's because of the work that can be done. We'll call it work of the changes that can be engineered. Brought about thanks to these energies that we are in contact with.
I would not say it is one specific energy. I think it's then the accumulation of the different energies and the different works that we do that brings it about. It's a process.
Because we do one-on-one sessions, we do the Negong, the meditations and other spiritual wonderful things, but also one-on-one sessions with everybody.
Yeah.
So that's why we keep the groups small. We keep them.
The work is very personalized and individual because it requires that sort of intensity.
I'm sorry? Between 8 and 12? At the moment we don't know anything.
Why only 8 or 12?
Because we want it very personal, and if everybody is going to have a session both with Crystal and with me, it takes time, and so we want to be able to concentrate on that person. It's not about mass production here. It's something very intimate. It's very, very deep, very profound what we do, and so a small group comes together quite easily and is very supportive of each other too. It's amazing how people help each other on these journeys.
And how they connect them also.
They make friends for life.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very group that, yes.
Yeah. Because these trips came about for me because I went on the journey to Egypt in a group of 50.
50? 50.
And I thought, at the end of the trip, I thought, what was that? Because we hardly had contact with the person who facilitated the trip. there were a lot of problems. Nobody got any attention. It was like, yeah, we were in Egypt supposedly doing spiritual work, but yeah, well, sorry, we just missed that because we didn't quite have time because, because the hotel that we thought was booked wasn't actually booked. The car that was supposed to take us from here to there wasn't actually there. I mean, it's just lots of snafus, and that is something that we don't have because it's well organized, it's very well planned. Attention to detail.
Absolutely.
And also small groups, you can get more attention to the person. The same attention to detail goes to the person. So their needs are met. Any other questions? No? So yes, we were going to offer some one-on-one consults for people who would like to know more and answer more personal questions. Contact either of us or let us know tonight. We set the date when to have a little chat.
Can you just do it over the phone for these
We can
consults?
do it over the phone, we can do it face to face, we can do it over Skype, we can do it over what's it called? FaceTime. Yeah. So
What would you said at the beginning that you would be interested, you would like to come to Morocco, or to have, yeah. So now, what would interest you perhaps more?
I think it's finding our true self.
I'm sorry?
Finding our true self. And
That
what
would,
we are.
that would interest you most.
Yes. I think it's interesting to find out maybe
Mhm.
our own purpose
Yeah.
and whether we could use or whether I could use what I have learned
Mm-hmm.
over the past years
Mm-hmm.
and maybe do it in a different way.
Yeah.
That's something I always want to explore more. And I've been exploring with her so in her paradise for the time being. But I'm sure we'll be in Morocco.
Wonderful.
Yeah. She's been helping me a lot.
Yeah.
Quite a number of sessions with her. Do this. Yeah. That is fun. When you come back and for those people who came in on the streaming, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, everybody.
And
For your
please let us
questions.
know if you have questions by that
The little tab. Yeah.
tab at the bottom
Or
of
you
your
can send me an
screen.
email.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, you can send an email to magic@sacredworldjourneys.com. Thank you.
Of course,
Bye.
we can't see them, they can see us.